What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, the Anku Incarnon got some massive buffs, like weeks and weeks ago. I already made a video overviewing the buffs, but I've been using this thing quite a bit recently, and it's got some crazy good synergy with Kullervo. So I'll be showing some gameplay of Kullervo with the Anku Incarnon, and also doing a Riven rolling video. Let's see, I stopped doing these basically because the RNG is so bad. So if we can get something somewhat decent today, maybe I'll start doing them again. But that's just the luck of the draw. So you can enjoy these types of videos, build videos, news videos, all that. Make sure you're subbed to this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. Also, I'm probably not going to stream tonight again. I still got a sore throat. But I'll be live tomorrow with the weekly reset stream and a weekly reset overview video on this channel as well. So make sure you're following all the different platforms. Alright, so the Anku Incarnon, let's talk about what this does. And I'll give a brief overview of what they changed on it. So basically, this thing was a massive meme when it first came out. A bad meme, by the way, where the slide attacks would make you have a increased slash weighting, and I think a little bit extra range or something too. DE changed it. Now after you do a slide attack, once you've transformed, it will be guaranteed slash procs on all hits for 6 seconds. And as I showed in my previous video, that means that you will get a second guaranteed slash proc on heavy attacks, making this very, very powerful. After some of the comments on my recent video on the weapon, I started trying out a relentless combination mod on this. Since we're getting guaranteed slash on everything, this is going to give us a bunch of extra combo hits, and since we have an extra mod slot anyway, like we technically could put on Glad or Might in this slot, but I have been enjoying relentless combination. You know, you don't need every mod slot to be a damage mod all the time, but yeah, you know, since everything is slash, we're using this with Kullervo, and Kullervo's special ability, well rather he has a couple abilities that help this thing. One of his abilities is going to be his passive. Kullervo has increased heavy attack efficiency, which means he drains less combo hits per heavy attack, and he also has heavy attack windup speed. Additionally, he has Wrathful Advance, giving like basically guaranteed red crits, even with power strength. So with these combined things right here, we can get tons and tons of slash procs, heavy attack slash procs, with this thing as long as we throw in a slide attack every like 6 seconds. Now we don't really need relentless combination. With Kullervo we build up so much combo quickly, and he only drains a small chunk, so yeah, but I'll be trying to roll a Riven here. I've got 2 Rivens for the Anku. We've currently got the Anku Argatist with critical damage, anti-Grenier damage, and minus status chance. Since they're guaranteed slash procs, minus status chance is like okay negative. Also got this one, Anku Chronotist, giving increased attack speed and critical damage, but minus corpus damage. For this third Anku Riven right here, I'm looking for something that is good against Demolist, Acolytes, and Corrupted enemies. I don't really think this attack speed is what I need in the end, as I can just throw a quickening and it feels fine. So I'm looking for, like, honestly, crit damage, crit chance, melee damage, and then maybe attack speed. This thing also gets some extra range when you do that slide attack too. So yeah, that's what we're looking at today. Let's hopefully get some decent RNG. I'm also going to try out something new on this video. I'm going to be putting up some gameplay of the Anku in the top right corner, or top left corner, while I'm rolling this. So that might let you see if it is actually a weapon you might be interested in. If it's a little bit too distracting, just let me know. I won't do it in the next video. Alright, let's get in there. So we have the Anku Loktifa with heat damage and range. As I said, I'm looking for crit stats here. Things I can use against a Demolist, and things I can use against like a Thrax and all that. Enemies that are not really, you know, Grenier or Corpus or anything of that nature. Since we got guaranteed slash procs as well, we can try to throw on Viral on the weapon. If you look in the footage, the gameplay footage, I'm actually using Nourish on Kullervo. That makes it where I'm Viral and Slash, and so I have guaranteed Slash. Some Viral thrown in there too can make the Slash procs even stronger. Looks like we got some pretty bad stats on this one. Now, heavy attack efficiency is interesting. I'm not going to be using this only on Kullervo, even though it is really good on Kullervo. That could be interesting on other frames, but I'm gonna just try to go for overall more damage here. Now, the Anku used to be kind of viewed as in a positive light as a stat stick, but you know, now that we have all these, the Ceramic Dagger and all that, I don't think the Anku is as good as a stat stick anymore. Although it's not like it's a bad one. And we're getting some bad Rivens. Slide chance while crit chance while sliding is just not really a stat that's useful at all nowadays, so I don't recommend it. And it's definitely not going to be great on a Riven, because you could be getting overall crit chance on there instead. So it's getting that crit chance all the time. Alright, so I have like 100,000 Kuva. That's a lot of melee damage. Now we can't take a minus crit damage Riven, unfortunately, as it just makes the crits a lot worse. But man, that is a lot of melee damage overall. 311%. I would love to have that on a somewhat keepable Riven. But I don't think that's going to happen. Or we'll see. So far, pretty bad luck. Still got the roll I started with. What we have here, attack speed, critical damage, heavy efficiency minus Grenier. Now, this actually might be okay for non-Grenier, obviously. Now, it's, as I was saying earlier in the video, I don't really want attack speed. I'm going to take this for now. It's going to give it full heavy attack efficiency, so if you didn't know, the cap on heavy attack efficiency is 90%. So this will drain 10 hits of combo per heavy attack with this Riven, as well as giving us attack speed for light attacks and critical damage for just every attack. Now, it does ruin it against Grenier, but as I showed earlier, I have an anti-Grenier Riven if I really want to, use this on Grenier. So this will serve my purpose for the corrupted setup. But let's keep rolling. I don't even know how much Kuva we had at the beginning of this. But yeah, it's looking like it's an acceptable Riven right now. Maybe not the best Riven. Heavy attack efficiency. I have this exact same roll on the hate. Hilariously, the weapon that's very similar to this. That's probably going to be competing with this. I have the exact same Riven with a better negative. So let's actually take a look at those two. I'm gonna max out this Riven, and we're gonna see comparison-wise. Is there any way I can get both of these on? If I just search Acrochronosis, will that actually show up? Okay, yeah, they're the exact same Riven. Okay, so, wait, where'd the Anku one go? Okay, so this one is actually 78% efficiency, 59% attack speed, and 99% crit damage with minus infested. I guess the Anku one is a slightly different name. This one has 91% efficiency. It has 133% crit damage. That's so much higher. I think we should roll a little bit more just in case we get a better one with no negative Grenier Riven. As I don't really like negative Grenier Rivens, to be honest. Okay, but as you can see in the footage, if you see in the Kullervo footage, if you link enemies together, then give them like one slide attack crit from this Anku, it just annihilates the entire group. So very, very powerful. It will easily one-shot Acolytes too, even without proccing the slash passive. Puncture, status, duration, range. No. Okay, so yeah, as far as I would recommend the Anku to you, I actually think I would recommend the Anku to you nowadays. They buffed it a lot, and it can cleave through Grenier really well as it has very powerful Rivens too. And a big thing as well is that a lot of people don't have the Hate Scythe that comes from the Stalker as like a 5% drop rate or something. So if you don't have the Hate Scythe, this comes from like the in-game market blueprint, I'm pretty sure. So you can get this a lot easier. And yeah, it does a lot of slash procs. Okay, what we have here, status chance, crit chance minus puncture. Now most of our base damage is puncture. We actually don't really need this Riven at all because we have guaranteed slash, we have guaranteed red crits while using Kullervo. Even though the negative is probably better than the anti-Grenier negative, I think I'm going to keep this one as this is actually a good Riven, and that one is a Riven that's probably not even slottable, honestly. So we'll give it a couple more rolls here, see if we get anything better, then we'll hop into Simulacrum and see how this thing handles. Okay, minus combo duration. That would be very nice for Grenier. Unfortunately, that's negative combo duration. I think the standard combo duration is like 6 or 7 seconds or something. So that would be terrible. You wouldn't even be able to keep your combo unless you had like Madarai or Naramon. Alright, let's get to like 17 rolls here, I guess. Then we'll go into the sim and check this out. Okay, range and cold. I hate range and cold Rivens. I get range and cold all the time. So as far as, like, will I ever do a Riven rolling video again after this? This one actually ended up being pretty good in the end. So maybe I will go back to rolling Rivens again. Even though, like, I kind of, like, swore off of it as they've been so terrible recently with my RNG. So let's go take a quick look at this thing in the sim, and we will see if it is going to be worth keeping around. Alright. So the footage you're seeing above is the anti-Grenier Riven with, like, I think it's like 60% Bane of the Grenier, and it's got crit damage too. So we are hitting these Grenier really hard, and both those stats do scale slash procs pretty well. So, yeah, it's pretty much an ideal Riven for this, besides, like, I guess technically minus status chance could be, like, minus finisher or something, but as you can see, minus status chance doesn't even affect us. We're getting slash procs every hit anyway, so. Alright, I'm just flying to the sim right now. And if you are trying to kill an Eximus with this thing, I would recommend to do a heavy attack on them, especially if you're playing Kullervo, because you're going to have a ton of efficiency. But since we're talking about efficiency, let's see what we got here. So we're going to throw on this new Riven. And we get a lot more attack speed. Well, this one, he didn't even have attack speed. We go to a 90% efficiency. I might actually change to a frame like Ash or somebody here, just to see. Unfortunately, we can't really test on Axo Gok stands, but I was looking for an corrupted Riven anyway. Alright, we'll stay with Kullervo for now. Okay, so we got some attack speed now. I'm going to try some Exo Gok stats, even though that they, the Bane mod's going to be basically offset by our Riven. So let's just try some Grenier, then we'll do some Corrupted after that. Okay, attack speed's a lot faster. Okay, our 12x. That's a lot lower than I thought. Okay, so as you can see, we have 12x already, so we wouldn't even need to run Relentless Combination if we had this Riven on here. I don't think we need to run Relentless Combination on Kullervo really in general. Well, let's see. Let's get our slide attack, and we'll do a heavy attack on one of these guys. See what numbers we're dealing with. Okay, so 4.9 million with a negative Grenier Riven. Not terrible. Let's throw in some Corrupted now and see what kind of numbers we're dealing with. I think they're just going to get shredded before I can even heavy attack them, honestly. But let's see. So I technically could, so some mods I could take off here. I could take off Relentless Combination with this mod, this new Riven we got. I could put a critical damage there. Let's just do that right now anyway. We'll do that, and then we can also technically take off Prime Reach. We just got attack speed, I could probably take this off too. Is there enough damage mods I could throw on here? Yeah, we just got a really good Riven on, now that I'm thinking about it. I could technically throw on, like, I could throw on Prime Pressure Point, I guess. Yeah, we got a lot of space on this thing. I can even try to throw on some Viral without any Nourish shenanigans. So let's get some Corrupted Gunners. Let's get like 18 of them. I'm gonna get one of them as an Eximus too. So let's see if we can actually hit the Eximus with the heavy attack. We're gonna rebuild our combo really easy as this thing has attack speed now. And we lose like no hits at all. Okay, this Riven's pretty nice. This Riven's pretty nice. I'm not even using Kullervo's 1. Let's try Kullervo's 1. Alright, so they should be getting shredded. I didn't even get to do the heavy attack on her. Okay, we gotta redo that. You gotta redo that. This will be the last one. I'm gonna probably call it after here. Okay, so we get our combo built up very easily. Alright, I need to actually do a heavy attack on her. Okay. Only 1 million. Okay, well, you know what? I'm pretty happy with this so far, so I will probably be using this in the future. I might end up selling one of my other 2 Anku ribbons. So, as you can see, the Anku is quite powerful now after the buffs. I would recommend it, especially because it's easier to obtain than the Hate Scythe, and it can do some really good numbers. Very synergistic with Kullervo's heavy attack efficiency if you don't have the Riven I have. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate all the support, and yeah, weekly reset in like 24 hours. Take it easy, guys. Bye!